Ago, the state legislature passed a historically difficult budget on time amid the heckling of protesters.
Here's News 4's Anthony Kanji with the latest. Anthony.
Well, Victoria, the budget passed around midnight last night. Overall, the state will reduce spending by 2%, cutting $10 billion, mostly at the expense of Medicaid and education. While we all know spending would be tightened, some lawmakers worry it's too much too soon. As senators spoke inside chambers, you could hear the chanting outside from people protesting mostly the cuts in education. They were also very unhappy to be essentially locked out of chambers.
This is the people's building. This is not private property. We should have that courtesy extended to us so that we can watch legislation being passed, and we have been denied that.
Then around midnight,
Ayes 58.
Bill is passed.
We've been able to cut spending with no new taxes, no borrowing.
The budget calls for about a 2% overall spending cut and eliminates $10 billion in deficits. Governor Cuomo said several state departments will be consolidated, prison beds will be eliminated, and even Medicaid, a $52 billion item, will see a slight reduction. It also includes a new Recharge New York program that'll be a permanent replacement for the old Power for Jobs program.
It's going to allow businesses to go ahead and plan. They're going to know for certain that that low-cost power is going to be there for them rather than worrying about it on a year-to-year basis.
One major omission is UB 2020, although the governor promised that would be discussed in the future. While lawmakers knew this year's budget would have major cuts, some worry about the long-term ramifications.
But if you continue on the path that had been created over the years, there'll be no funding for anybody because all the people will leave the state. They'll move to other states. All the jobs will leave, and there'll be nothing.
The budget also establishes regional economic development councils and brings performance funding to education, as well as caps next year's education and Medicaid funding. We'll have more on the budget throughout the day here on News 4. Anthony Kanji, News 4 Wake Up.